Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to a new update video. Here as usual, I'm gonna do a report of what I've been doing the last weeks and also what I plan on doing or starting as sort of new projects from the next week. I'm gonna start with a couple of news. One of them might be considered bad news for some people, but in general terms, it's going to be something positive overall. I'm going to explain myself. Fortunately, for me at least, but unfortunately for other people, I haven't been able to do live streams as of late. I am on my summer vacation still, and in 3 more weeks I'm going to start classes. I have been having, a sort of busy schedule. Again, it's kind of weird to have a busy schedule considering that I'm on my summer vacation, but I am actually going outside a lot. I have other things, personal stuff to do, nothing serious anyway, but I have been outside the house for long periods of time, so I don't really have so much time to do recordings and live streams as well, so I have basically to choose here. And unfortunately, and these are the bad news, so to speak, the situation will not improve for March, which is when I start classes, because the schedule will be very not friendly. Let's say, I don't want to say it's a piece of shit or just terrible. It's not gonna be that friendly in the sense that even if I am starting classes later than I used to start, not that early in the morning, I could sleep it a little bit longer perhaps, but I'm actually leaving classes or leaving school very late in the afternoon, near the evening. So I'll be arriving home very late and I won't be able to do streams and recordings as well. So in this case, I have to say, unfortunately, that streams will be not completely cancelled, but unfortunately I won't be able to have a schedule for streams or an organization for doing these live shows. In case I do live streams either on my personal channel or on deepgamers.com, it will happen casually, probably during a weekend or something like that, and random times. That's why I insist I won't be able to organize a schedule for doing live streams at least during this following semester, unfortunately. And because of that, I'll be doing just casual streams that might happen once a week or 3 times a month or things like that, probably no more than that. And every time I stream, I'll be doing just different games, casual playthroughs of different games. So again, I won't be able to have a schedule, and therefore I won't be able to continue, or in general terms, I won't be able to do for now full playthroughs or very long games on the stream, at least for the following 6 or 7 months, unfortunately. I'm probably exaggerating with the amount, probably just 4 months. That's what the semester lasts around here. The thing is, and it's bad news up to a certain point, I insist, because those projects that I started on the stream, I'm talking about Angry Birds, I am talking about New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and I was about to start Saints Row for the 360. Those projects will become pre-recorded projects. It means all of these console games and special things that I was planning to do for the stream at first will move to YouTube exclusives. And that's basically the reason why these are not really bad news. I won't be able to do them live, which I would have liked anyway. To have a lot of footage done at once and then just do the editing. But now I will have to take my time to record part by part when recording these games. It will add a considerable amount of projects per channel, for channel 1 and for channel 2. I am aware of that, but remember, I am not spamming your subscription box with my videos. Therefore, I will take my time, weeks or months perhaps, to finish a certain game, uploading a few videos a week of each. Alright, I am doing currently around 2 projects on one channel and 2 other projects on the other channel, like in general. But now that amount amount will increase. I'm saying it correctly. Probably twice the amount. Probably I'll be adding 2 extra projects on one channel and 2 extra projects on the other channel. Considering that, and this is another piece of news, considering that I already have my consoles done and set up everything. I got my PS3 last week. You probably know that because I announced it on my Facebook and Twitter. And well, I already had the Xbox for around a month basically. I only have Saints Row 1 and 2. That's why I'm starting with Saints Row. Well, that's going to be detailed in the list of projects that I plan on starting next week. The thing is, I have PS3, I have a few games for the PS3, I have Xbox, and I have my brother's Wii, which I can use pretty much whenever I need it. And during the course of this month, February, I'll be getting even more games for the 360 and for the PS3. Around 5 games for the 360 and around 6 more games for the PS3. So I will have pretty much games for me to cover during the rest of the year and probably beyond that. So I'm not worried anymore about running out of games, at least for a long period of time, especially considering that I'm gonna keep buying games every month, perhaps not so many as right now, but I'm just trying to get all of the games I really wanted to get at first, and then I'll be just controlling myself in terms of my pickups. So having said that, let's move to, first of all, what I was working on during last week. Some of these projects were finished and some others are unfinished. Let's go to Channel 1 Retro Juegos Chile. I finished yesterday Castlevania II Belmont's Revenge on the Game Boy. It was a very short project. It only lasted or took me a week for me to complete it. I did a very interesting guide. I actually got surprised on how well I did it. Of course, I died a lot of times. I did a lot of editing, but I considered it was a good idea to show level by level and explain the main features of them. So yeah, that was a good project and it got a lot of acceptance from people. That's good. And I also finished It's Another Hack with Mario in it. Yay! It took me around 3 weeks, almost a month. No, I would say over 2 weeks, towards 3 weeks basically. Because it was a demo, first of all, it only had 4 worlds. But it was fun. I already made my comments at the end of the last part of this hack. Like in general terms, despite no dealing with so many graphical changes, basically the changes were based on the music and of course the map. But in general, I enjoyed this hack quite a lot. Also got a lot of acceptance in general, and that's reflected through the views, the amount of views. It became very popular. On Channel 2, I am still working on the same projects I started almost a month ago. Well, that's pretty much the average or for how long this project should last in general, taking into account the length of each. This is a full ROM hack, Panic in the Mushroom Kingdom 2, which is a replay of a Mario hack I did almost 4 years ago. Well, I am almost done with the hack. Actually, I should have put the name of the next game I'm going to be doing instead of Panic in the Mushroom Kingdom 2, because I am probably going to finish this hack on Tuesday. Just one part, and probably if the last world becomes too long, I'll end up doing 2 parts, but probably on the same day. So probably by Tuesday this game will be done, and I'll be doing a new replay, and that replay is going to be Kirby's Dream Land on the Game Boy. Again, I should have put it there on the slide, but doesn't matter. Again, Panic in the Mushroom Kingdom 2 will be done probably by Tuesday, Thursday at most, but the idea is to start the following week with a new replay of a very short Game Boy game, which is Kirby's Dream Land, the very first Kirby game ever released. And I'm also continuing with Fear for Sale, the Sunnyvale story, this adventure / hidden object game I have been working on for almost a month as well. I am pretty much around 80% of the game is done, well, especially, or I also have to include the extra chapter that comes with the collector's edition I got. So around 75-80% of the game is done. It's going to take around 2 more weeks at most. I'm pretty sure it's not going to take longer than that. So those were last week's projects. Some of them are finished, like in the case of the ones from Channel 2, and in the case of the ones from Channel 1, those are done. But in the case of the projects of Channel 2, I have to finish Panic in the Mushroom Kingdom 2 next week, and Fear for Sale is going to take a bit longer perhaps. So yeah, now we're gonna see the projects for next week, or from next week. Remember, some of these projects will take weeks, or many months even. Remember, now I am adding the projects I initially intended to play on the live streams, but since now I won't be able to have a fixed schedule for such streams, I'm just gonna turn these live playthroughs into pre-recorded ones. Okay, I'm clarifying this once again in case someone didn't have it clear enough. So let's move to the projects I plan on doing for Channel 1 Retro Juegos Chile. I plan on doing an arcade game playthrough. I don't mention the name of the game basically to keep it as a surprise in some way, and on the other hand because I don't have it clear yet. But, well, arcade games in general are short. It shouldn't take longer than a week for me to feature it. And for the Hack Me Hard series, well, in this case it shouldn't include it for the Hack Me Hard because Super Mario Crossover is not a hack, but a fan-made game, which, well, there is a difference, of course. And, well, you probably are wondering already, well, Retro, you already did Super Mario Crossover a couple of years ago on Channel 2. Yeah, that is true. But there is a new update. I think it's called Super Mario Crossover 2.0. I'm not sure, but it's a new update which combines, it adds a lot of new characters, and also the same levels for Mario 1 have different templates, different displays, not only playing on a Nintendo or an NES graphics, but also 16-bit graphics or Game Boy graphics. There is a mixture, an interesting mixture I want to feature. Not necessarily I'm intending to do a playthrough of this, but at least to show the main features of it, and of course the respective link in case you are interested. The other two projects are the ones that I intended to do. Well, Shank for the PC already was done on the live stream last year, around a year ago I did it. But, well, now I am going to do it pre-recorded because I got Shank 2 during the week, and I intend to record it eventually. Well, before doing Shank 2, of course, it would make sense to do the first one on YouTube. So I am doing Shank, the PC version, for the Retro Juegos Chile channel, Channel 1, and I'm starting Saints Row on the 360. I already have some footage done. I have to just add the commentary for it. And yeah, I'll be starting all of these things next week. Well, I said there wasn't, or there is not supposed to be any schedule for the live streams. The same thing should be said about the pre-recorded projects. Do not expect a particular game on a particular day, alright? So, because of this, I won't allow anyone to ask when I am uploading a part of specific game. I will do that whenever I want, alright? There will be no schedule in terms of at least some of these games. I will just upload them when I have material ready. Otherwise, I won't accept any complaint or anyone rushing me or hurrying me up or anything. I'm gonna take my time to do all of these playthroughs. Some of these games are very short, so we can move on pretty much fast, providing a lot of variety. And again, do not get scared because of the amount of games. I have 4 playthroughs here to do, and I have 4 others on the other channel, but it doesn't mean I will record more videos or upload more videos a day on a channel. And if I do, that will happen on different times of the day for you not to get like spammed, you know, by my videos at least. So on Channel 2 Children Retro Gamer, we are going to continue with and finish, of course, Panic in the Mushroom Kingdom 2. I forgot to put number 2, which is our Mario World ROM hack. We're gonna continue with Fear for Sale, the Sunnyvale story, as you know, and we're going to continue with the same playthroughs I started to do on the live stream, but now, for the reasons I already explained to you, now I am going to do pre-recorded, in this case Angry Birds for the PC, and also I'm going to continue with New Super Mario Bros. for the Wii. So having said that, I hope everything is clear. In case you don't understand the reason, the exact reason why I'm not doing live streams, at least a fixed schedule, well, you pretty much can go back to the beginning of the video in which I explained this more clearly. You can ask me anyway through the comments. One more thing to consider. Now that I got my consoles and, well, I got a Dazzle, first of all, the quality will not be great. You already saw some, gameplay samples testing the quality and whatnot. The quality will not be great, and for now, okay, I plan on upgrading my equipment, or at least make the necessary adjustments to my current equipment in the near future. When I say near future, it means from 2 to 3 months from now. I'll be upgrading my stuff and the quality will be better. Probably not the best. I'm not interested in getting the best shit out there, but at least something clear enough for you to watch and enjoy. The Dazzle I have right now is not the greatest thing out there, we all know that. But as long as you can see the gameplay and listen to my voice in order to support what's happening in the game, that's enough for me. At least that's going to happen during the next 2 or 3 months. I insist. Not the greatest quality, but trust me, there are worse capture cards out there to deal with. But you will be able to see more or less clearly the gameplay. Unfortunately, the big problem with the Dazzle is that you are not able to read, for example, subtitles or menus because the letters are very blurry and unclear. But in general terms, the gameplay, which is what matters at the end, is clear enough for you to watch it and enjoy what's going on. I mean, that's pretty much what I can tell. But sometimes you don't even need subtitles since you understand pretty much every word. Subtitles are made for people like me, for example, who do not understand every single word of spoken English, especially in informal contexts. So yeah, well, I guess you will deal with that, at least you will deal with me also, because of the poor quality for at least a couple of months until I get better equipment, because I plan on getting that. But I just wanted to get the Dazzle to test this shit out, the whole idea of doing streams or recordings with capture card. I wanted to experience that, but now that I pretty much set in terms of the consoles and the games I want to do in the near future, I'm going to upgrade my equipment because I think I am ready to do this properly. And one more thing to do, or to say, you will notice, and I am warning you beforehand, that I have no experience playing this type of modern games in general, regardless the genre. Not necessarily referring to GTA clones, which are the ones I'm going to be getting the most. Third-person shooters or first-person shooters or some other genre which is popular on these new generation consoles. I won't be able to I definitely won't be able to do good performances because most of these runs or most of these gameplays will be blind. You know what blind runs mean or what they imply. Lots of failure, lots of inaccuracies, lots of basic mistakes, or at least mistakes that you might consider basic. So, common sense here. I'm not going to accept any complaint, any representation, or any manifestation of mockery, or the typical "you suck at this game," or "it's painful to watch your video," or whatever piece of shit like that. Because I am not used to play these games, and if there is a reason for me to do that, it's because I want to experience gameplay of newer games and I want to share them with you. So instead of complaining, you should be grateful for, apart from playing all of these classics, ROM hacks, and PC games, now I am including consoles. So it's an additional service I'm providing, and I don't intend to put up with bullshit. So beforehand, I am telling you that I'm not going to accept any representation or any manifestation of intolerance towards my performance. Okay? That's all what I have to say, and probably, and for the sake of gameplay perhaps, again, I'm not intended to provide any guide or any professional gameplay or on any of these games. I basically want just to show myself playing and failing and giving my impressions on the game in general. But more than likely, for example, for when playing these games, I'll be playing on the easiest difficulties. I mean, I don't give a fuck about what you think, to be honest. Again, it's an additional service I want to provide. So instead of complaining, or if you actually are thinking of complaining or making fun, think about it twice, because you're probably not going to like my response or my reaction from it. So yeah, I guess I was clear in terms of all the points I wanted to make about the live stream schedules, the addition of extra projects for each channel, including certain PC games and the console games now that I have all of the consoles I wanted to have. So yeah, that's all for the time being, and remember, take a look at the links on the description for the second channel, for my Facebook, for the Twitter, and in case you want to make donations through my PayPal, you can do that. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching and listening especially. See you later.